Well, caught me in the middle of something again. How many of you know what this is? I'll put the info up here, around here, so you can see what I'm actually working on. It's not electronics, but this is just other stuff I do. That's just who I am. But this here, this goes to a lawnmower for self-propelled. So this attaches to the front of this lawnmower that I'm working on. And this don't work anymore because you pull the lever to make the wheels turn to pull the lawnmower along its way, and it don't work. When you spin this here, see that tape moving around? That's what it's supposed to do all the time. But I think this is the proper way it spins right here, and you can see it doesn't move that tape. And I'll show you why, but it really shouldn't move it either way because what's wrong with it, but it must be just catching enough to turn it the opposite way. Now it's stuck it both ways, it won't turn. Now usually people just go out and buy a new one of these for the lawnmower, which is, I can't remember what they cost, but I'll put it up here as soon as I get that. But you can replace just what's wrong with this if you know somebody, if you're mechanically inclined, or if you know somebody who is. Now, you didn't get to see me tear this all apart, but you can see it on your lawnmower if it's the problem. So I'll show you what's going on here. As soon as I can get this in a way where it's not going to fall all apart on me, because I have this apart already, and I did the honors of cleaning the inside so you could see what it looks like without all the greasy mess on the inside. Usually this thing is just packed with grease, and oops, get the camera. I'll show you. Right here is the problem. This gear right here, it meshes with this gear right here, but apparently this gear is a lot stronger than this one here, because it actually tears the teeth off here. This has a little bit of wear to it, but it's not enough to where you should have to replace it. I've done this once before, so this must be a common problem for this type of setup. But I'll take this apart here a little bit to give you a better idea on what's going on here. Get my little tape off here. Pay attention when you take these apart. They got bushings all over, they got washers all over. I like to take pictures and stuff and make sure I put everything back together, because my memory don't always remind me of everything. And then this gear right here just slides right off. That's all you got to take apart. So this is the problem right there. This part here is down. You can see it right here on the side. It's 8 into this way because of this. The other gear that meshes with it must be stronger than this, and it just chews away on this over time. and pretty soon it gets to the point to where it doesn't even work. So for this particular lawnmower, where I buy some parts, well, I've searched pretty much everywhere for this thing, nobody sells it. And the people that do sell it, they say that they don't have none that fit this one. So I'm like, okay, I bought one before from that place and they had it, but they didn't have it for this one. But they had one now, right here. It's a different part number, and their website says it will not fit on my lawnmower. Well, not my lawnmower, it's somebody else's, but so you can see the only difference though is this one's dark and this one's light. And the reason I think that is this one here is impregnated with oil. That's why it's darker. So it's like a self-lubing gear. That's what impregnated oil into the steel will do. Now, since this whole box is filled with grease anyway, why won't this one work, right? So this is the one we're going to put in there. It's exactly the same size and every dimension, but a different part number, and the website says that it won't work for this lawnmower. But we're going to put it in and we're going to use it because it is exactly the same, except for the color. And I'm not too concerned about it being impregnated with oil because, like I said, the whole thing's filled with grease. So I'll put the part number up for this one. I'll put it up for this, or what it's supposed to be call out for if I can find it. But I'll put the number up for this one, so this way you can maybe use it on yours. So, like I said, I cleaned this all up already, so there's no nasty mess that you have to look at. And I'm going to put this all together and put it on that lawnmower. We're going to give it a try, see if it works out. You didn't miss too much at the beginning besides tearing it apart for a half hour or so it took me to figure out how to do it again, because last time I did it, it was about I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Let's put this new gear on this here, and then we'll spin it, and we'll see, and hopefully it does what it's supposed to. Got my washers back on there, got that bearing on there, so we got to get this in between. I'll stand up here again because it looks like I'm too far away from the camera. I got to lift this piece up. Just enough to grab in there like that. Push it back down, set the bearings in there. Now you'll notice there's flats on these bushings right here. They have to go up because this piece has the flats down here that those are going to hit against. Don't forget our little washer that goes on there. This one has the same kind of flat thing. It goes right here. So this is how I was doing it. I was putting that in there first. I could put a little grease on there to hold it so it don't fall out, but I will try it this way. So that's all in there. Hey, look at that, it went together, it looks like. Nice and sealed all the way around. Alright. Set this down here. Put my little piece of tape on there so we can see if it's actually, you can see if it's actually doing anything. I don't know how well you can tell in the camera just with the shaft. So this is disengaged over here, so it shouldn't move. either way. I mean, it only spins one way. I can't remember exactly which way. I think it was this way, because the belt goes around here and then to the motor. Over here, this engages it. So if I hold this over here, and then I spin this, it just went over a little more. But now you can see that my tape is moving. And that's what it should be doing. The other one would not do that. It goes both ways, but like I said, the gear that's on this one here was probably just hitting the edge of these to make this still turn once in a while. So, but when you actually have it all together and you have all the torque going on here and everything and moving the lawnmower, it doesn't work at all. So that works, that spins. Now we disengage it by pushing it over here, and now it doesn't drive. You do all the pushing. This is where a cable connects to, up by your hands up there by the handle. So when you move the lever, it pushes this back. And the belt around here starts to spin. And then pretty soon the lawnmower's pulling itself through your yard. Alright. So that's what goes wrong inside these things that I've seen twice so far of the ones that I fixed. So if you feel like you can change that, it's a pretty simple thing. Just pay attention to how you take it apart. Make sure you put it back together the right way. Take a lot of pictures, whatever you got to do. That's what I do, take pictures. But there's not too many components. You just want to make sure you get the bearings in the right way, the washers in. Alright, so I'm gonna save you all the torture of watching me put this together, I think. Maybe I'll leave the camera run and I'll fast forward it for you to watch me put it together, and then we'll try it at the end. Well, that looks like a go. Everything went together good. It works. I'm happy. Alright, we'll see you on the next one.